Hey everyone, Mix here. Today I'm going to take you back and make you question something we might have all just forgotten about. Have you ever wondered why, with all the incredible technological advancements in the world, we have super powerful smartphones, autonomous electric cars, we can even send rovers to Mars, yet when it comes to flying across continents, we're still stuck spending over 10 hours cramped in a tiny seat, flying at the exact same speeds we did 50 years ago? It's crazy when you think about it, because in the past, humanity actually had a passenger plane that could fly faster than the speed of sound. The Concorde could fly passengers from London to New York in just 3.5 hours. But then, that technology just vanished from commercial aviation history, leaving behind only legends and memories. Today, we're going to find out exactly what happened, and most importantly, I'm going to introduce you to the ultimate new key that is about to unlock this limitation and bring humanity back to the golden age of supersonic flight. We're talking about an aircraft that looks like it flew straight out of a sci-fi movie, straight from NASA. I'm talking about the Lockheed Martin X-59 Quest. To truly understand the magnitude of this aircraft's mission, we first have to look back at the scars left by supersonic flight in the past. During the Concorde era, even though it was an absolute marvel of engineering that everyone dreamed of flying on, it came with a massive, unsolvable, nationwide problem. The issue wasn't the engines or the safety. It was a physical phenomenon known as the sonic boom. Every time the aircraft accelerated past the speed of sound, which is roughly 1,200 kilometers per hour, the airwaves pushed aside by the plane couldn't dissipate fast enough. They would compress and merge into a massive shockwave that blasted down to the ground below, creating an explosive sound as loud as a thunderclap right next to your ear. The intensity wasn't just enough to startle people, it was powerful enough to shatter windows in homes and send pets into a panic. It was exactly this severe impact on the public that forced the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, to take drastic action in 1973. They issued a strict regulation, completely banning all civilian aircraft from flying at supersonic speeds over land. That meant the Concorde could only reach its top speeds while flying over the ocean. This restriction completely destroyed the airline's profit potential because they couldn't operate supersonic routes across continents or across massive countries. Combine that with skyrocketing fuel costs and astronomical maintenance expenses, and the legend of the Concorde finally came to an end in 2003. And ever since that day, the ban on supersonic flight over land has remained an impenetrable wall for the last 50 years. But every wall is meant to be broken, and the ones stepping up to tear down this regulatory barrier aren't just anyone. It's a global powerhouse like NASA teaming up with the legendary engineers at Skunk Works from Lockheed Martin. If you don't know, Skunk Works is the brilliant team behind the world's fastest stealth fighters and reconnaissance aircraft, like the SR-71 Blackbird. Together, they initiated a project called Quest, which stands for Quiet Supersonic Technology. They have one clear and incredibly challenging goal: to build an aircraft capable of flying faster than sound without generating a sonic boom on the ground. And that is exactly where the star of our show today was born: the X-59. When you look at the X-59, the very first thing that grabs your attention is its bizarre shape. It has an incredibly long, needle-like nose, almost like a heron's beak. In fact, this nose makes up a full third of the aircraft's entire length. This design isn't just about looking cool or futuristic. It is the absolute core of the engineering solution to the sonic boom problem. This 99-foot nose was meticulously designed using advanced aerodynamics to slice through the air as smoothly as possible. It helps spread out the shockwaves generated when the plane breaks the sound barrier, preventing those shockwaves from merging into one giant explosive wave, which is exactly what happened with the Concorde. Furthermore, the engineers deliberately placed the engine on top of the aircraft so that the wings and fuselage act as a shield, reflecting the engine noise upwards into the atmosphere instead of letting it blast down to the ground. As a result of all these brilliant engineering designs, the team at NASA is highly confident that when the X-59 flies at supersonic speeds, it will no longer create window-shattering sonic booms. Instead, it will produce a completely new phenomenon known as a sonic thump, just a soft, dull thud. NASA compares the sound level to about 75 decibels, which is equivalent to the sound of your neighbor across the street slamming their car door. Just imagine that, taking an explosive boom that could break glass and reducing it to the sound of a car door closing. This is a massive quantum leap forward in aviation engineering, and if they can prove this actually works, it will be the critical piece of evidence needed to challenge the FAA regulations that have banned this for 50 years. But the futuristic nature of this plane doesn't stop there. When you have an aircraft with a nose that incredibly long, there's a major trade-off: the pilot's visibility. Imagine sitting in the cockpit. You literally wouldn't be able to see the sky or the runway in front of you because the nose blocks everything. To solve this, the engineers decided to do something completely crazy. They completely removed the front windshield from the cockpit. Yes, you heard that right. This plane has no forward-facing window for the pilot to look out of. Instead, they replaced it with a system called the External Vision System, or EVS. This operates using high-definition 4K cameras mounted on the top and bottom of the aircraft's nose, feeding a live video feed to a massive, high-resolution monitor inside the cockpit. They even overlay augmented reality flight data right onto the screen. It essentially turns flying the plane into something resembling a highly advanced flight simulator video game. It is a cutting-edge system that perfectly solves the extreme design constraints. And the reason I'm bringing this up today is that this isn't just a concept on paper anymore. This is a historic event happening right now in June 2026. After completing its first test flight late last year, the X-59 has now entered its most critical and thrilling testing phase yet, its first attempt to break the sonic barrier, or Mach 1, at an altitude of 43,000 feet. This is the moment they prove years of theory, whether it can truly transform a sonic boom into a sonic thump as calculated. The ultimate goal of this mission is to reach speeds of Mach 1.4, which is about 925 miles per hour, or 1,488 kilometers per hour, at an altitude of 55,000 feet. If this month's tests go well, the next steps for the Quest project later this year and next year are going to be incredibly exciting for the general public. NASA plans to actually fly the X-59 over real communities and cities across the United States to gather data and feedback from the public on the ground. They want to know what people think of the sonic thump. Does it disrupt their daily lives? All of this data will be the crucial weapon NASA uses when presenting their case to international civil aviation authorities, pushing to rewrite the laws governing supersonic flight over land. Think about it, guys. If these regulations are finally lifted, just imagine how much smaller our world will become. A trip across the globe that used to take half a day could be slashed down to just a few hours. A flight from Bangkok to London could take less than 6 hours, or flying coast to coast across America could happen in a flash. The X-59 isn't just an experimental aircraft, it is the key opening the door to the next generation of passenger planes. It's the renewed hope that supersonic travel won't just be a monopoly held by the military, but the future of travel for all of us. And to give you a really clear picture of how massive this project is, I'm going to break down all the technical specs of the X-59 Quest, along with the budget NASA invested to build this thing, in a detailed table for you right now. Let's see exactly what goes into world-changing technology like this. Let's check out the full specs. So, what do you guys think about the specs on this X-59? Looking at the table, there are a few things that really stand out, right? First off, the length of the aircraft is nearly 100 feet, but look at that wingspan. It's only 29.5 feet. The shape is engineered to be as incredibly streamlined as possible. And another amazing point is that even with a cruising speed of Mach 1.42, the target for ground noise is only 75 pldB, just that soft sonic thump. Of course, all this cutting-edge technology, like the 4K screen replacing the windshield and the advanced engineering, comes with a hefty price tag of $247.5 million USD. And keep in mind, that's just the cost for research and building the aircraft itself. It doesn't even include the massive costs for testing operations and personnel. But if you ask me if it's worth it, I'd say investing nearly $250 million to unlock the key that will change the global commercial aviation industry forever is probably the most worthwhile and exciting investment of this decade. We're all going to have to keep our fingers crossed and see if the testing this June goes smoothly and how quickly that ban on supersonic flight might finally be lifted. If you love deep dives into cutting-edge aviation tech like this, don't forget to jump into the comments down below. Let me know, do you want to see supersonic passenger planes make a comeback? And if you had the chance, where's the very first place you'd fly to? Let me know in the comments. Finally, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support me. I'm Mix, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.